Hey, Dito, why in the world are we wearing different clothes from the episode?
Time travel.
We weren't supposed to tell people about that, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. Well, in this episode, we talk about how everything on the internet is true. The Death Note notebook makes a cameo, and demons, they're more sophisticated than you think. All that and more coming up. Let's do this because the show begins in 3, 2, 1, or something.
Lies and slander.
It's time for the Ktdata Anime Podcast with Dito and Ktdata. The Ktdata Anime Podcast is brought to you by the Crusher Sound Suspension Spring Microphone Stand, bringing my voice closer to you. Hey everybody, welcome to the Ktdata Anime Podcast. I am Ktdata.
I'm Dito.
And this is the book club of all anime podcasts on there. If you guys are here to think we're covering anime news, you're wrong. If you think you're here to hear about figure reviews, go to our website. And if you're here thinking we're going to talk about Kickstarter, you're on the wrong week. So, hey Dito, how are you?
If you're here to listen to KT's voice, you have successfully found it.
Yes, that is for sure. So, Dito, how are you doing today, man?
A lot better now that I know I could probably get my glasses fixed.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you guys have never seen this podcast before, which makes sense, this is episode 1 of our winter 2013 season.
Yes, winter. It's February and we're talking winter already.
Winter. Hey, there's still snow on the ground. It's freezing cold outside still.
Yes, it is.
The whole premise of this podcast is that we watch some animes. We're actually launching 2 new animes this season right now, and you'll find out what they are in a minute. And you go watch 2 episodes, you come back, you listen to Dito and I talk about some of the points we thought were interesting in the anime. And wait, I know there's some of you out there going, wait, KT, I don't know where to find these animes. Well, lucky for you, Dito and I search the internets far and wide, and mostly Crunchyroll and Funimation.com for all of these. So you can actually go to ktdata.net, look for the show notes for this episode, which would be episode 1 of the 2013 winter anime season, and just scroll down and click on read more if you're on the front page. But if you're on the direct link, voila! There are links straight to where you can watch all these animes. And I'm pretty sure you can stream all these animes on here. So, yeah. Dito, shall we jump into our first one?
No. But let's do it anyways.
All right. Let's just close your eyes. It'll be okay.
It's a scary trip, people.
I would like to show, cut open my scalp, look into my hand. I don't know why I'm so harsh, I can't be so rash, I'm going to clash, 'cause I feel.
And our first anime is Physcho-Pass, and it's brought to you by the Initial Pass video game. Relive Initial D with trailing drones. All right, guys. So, since the last episode, we see the true meaning of 1 in a million. Ooh. How to peek into somebody else's mind and take a picture. And it might look ugly, but your hue is clear.
I want one of those helmets, just so you know.
So you can look like a Zaku that's just going to get cannon down
Yes.
because you're cannon fodder.
Yes.
You gotta admit,
Death
those
smile. Death smile. Need I say more?
Yeah, you gotta admit, those do remind you of the Gundam Leos and the Tauruses and from Gundam Wing.
It really does.
That's where it reminds me.
I never actually put it that way. I was thinking Zaku the entire time, actually.
Zaku only has an eye, dude, and it goes.
I don't know. That's the first thing I thought of. Just like going, as they're getting beaten down, I'm like, all you do is like redraw them a little bit and make it look like Gundams fighting Zaku's. Yes!
This is how the Zaku eye moves, dude. Oh. That finished quickly. All right.
Like KT, he finishes quickly. What? Too soon? Ooh.
All right. So back into this. This is actually an issue that I really see often, and we'll probably see a lot of it, especially now since in the U.S. we're having our State of the Union address as we record this live. Is the next episodes actually talk about the mass distribution of false information, and who's been here? You know, Facebook drama, where somebody says something on Facebook like the sky is falling, and everybody around you believes it.
KT.
Yeah, right. So the whole idea is it's actually kind of crazy because you know, anarchy is kind of starting to come up in the city, and people are like, "Oh, I read this online, and I read this online, so it's got to be true, right?" Because everything on the internet is true.
Yeah. In this case, since the civil system has now been taking over everyone's life, basically, pretty much is true. You know, whatever happens on the web is truth. So,
Well, even if it's not true, people believe it.
yeah, exactly. But it's, you know, in this system, it's true. In our system, you know, we have to kind of go deeper into the interwebs to find what we can believe is true, because relying on like Fox News and CNN is not the best way to get your news.
You know, but the one thing that's crazy is because people just believing what they're doing, they're actually acting upon this. Like literally, you have just your normal civilians, no crime coefficient and everything, believing that they're in danger and going out and just hurting other people, you know, committing crimes, but they're like, it's okay, it's self-defense, right?
Yeah, because at first it's like they're all scared. They're all scared that the helmet wearing people. So, but then after, you know, just a little bit of mental breaking at this point, it's no longer an issue. Now you just have people fighting other people, regardless of crime coefficient.
Yeah, and so it's nuts because you're pretty much all out war on there, and it kind of just rings to the point where it shows that everybody in the society is now using technology as a crutch instead of what it was meant to be, was a tool for people to use so they can make informed decisions on there. And I don't know. Do you know people like that these days?
Actually, that is a lot of people nowadays. Even outside the anime we're talking about, a lot of the information we're getting from Physcho-Pass, like a lot of these relations, actually happen. I'm pretty sure, like, all of you who are listening to us knows at least one person that will quite literally go to the web, and the first page they pull up after like a Google search, they will believe that.
Whatever it says. And by the way, guys, Dr. Oz, I'm just saying. Don't believe everything Dr. Oz tells you, all right?
That goes for Wikipedia too. There's a reason why that anything that's straight from Wikipedia you will fail college reports for.
Well, not everything, but like the more obscure
if you copy
things.
paste it.
Yeah. Well, that's plagiarism. I'd fail anybody for that, but you know, just technology's there to help you, but it's not there to run your life. If that makes any sense.
Unless it's what we do.
Well, yeah, but I don't use it as a tool. I use it as a tool. I don't like.
You don't use it as a tool now, huh?
Yeah, I use it as a tool. I mean, we could record this on like a tape recorder or something too. Still.
Next episode on a tape recorder, everyone.
Yeah, or we could do it live on stage. Ooh, that's a good idea.
I want to do.
I want to do that. That's
that'd be awesome.
Awesome idea. But okay, so as we kind of see how Sybil's apparently failing at her job, it's revealed that Sybil has a secret, and we don't know what it is. They don't reveal what the secret is. We just know that she has a secret. So, Dito, I decided to take this time. What in the world do you think is the secret? Like, personally, I think that Sybil really is a bioorganic machine that is based on, like, either the kids or the creators themselves wired into a computer system.
You know, my idea was that far off from that when I first was watching this. Then I'm just sitting there going, okay, they're pulling a whole Akira thing here.
Like, that's honestly what I think, because what else could it be? You know,
The
aliens.
The only other thing itself, since like we saw so much reaction to this, is that it is going to be either a biosystem itself, or if not, someone actually hooked up straight to it. So it's quite literally a human. Like there's actually like Sybil's actually a person, kind of like just like connected to it.
Yeah,
like their brain connected straight to it. And
if it was a person, who do you think would be the one hooked up?
that I really don't know. I think it's a monkey, to be honest. Now, it's a monkey.
No, like, because the way I think about it is, if there's a human hooked up, it's probably related to somebody in the CID. You know?
Yeah, but then again, it could be completely just off the chart too. It could, it could be not even that.
You know, could it be Kogami's dad or his parents?
I actually think it's probably. I think it's Inari. Sorry, I had to go there.
That's why she's actually in the ending theme song.
Exactly.
I was actually thinking that the world of Psycho-Pass and the world of Groping Ground are exactly the same, right there, and what's the dude's name from Groping Ground?
Which one? Guy?
No, not Guy. The other dude.
Shu,
yeah. You know, I have a feeling that Shu is like a descendant of Akane's and Kogami's kid. Because those two are going to end up hooking up.
That brings up so many other weird things, but like Excel World and Sword Art Online.
Yeah. I'm just saying. But actually, the one thing I actually liked about these two episodes is that a lot of these worlds, it's all fiction, everything's made up and stuff. But I loved how they gave nods to what I think are some of the forefathers, or one of the guys who contributed really into the cyberpunk world, because that is the world of Psycho-Pass right there. And that would be Philip K. Dick and William Gibson. I know some of you guys are like, hey, William Gibson is more dystopian kind of feeling, but still, think about it. The world's going into anarchy. People are reliant on drugs all the time. It's like the combination of these two. So if you guys actually like the world of Psycho-Pass, I really highly suggest you guys go check out these two authors. I think Philip K. Dick did Neuromancer. No, William Gibson did Neuromancer. And Philip K. Dick did Do Androids Dream When They're Sleeping, I think, and Scanner Darkly. Both are pretty good right there. So, yeah, Psycho-Pass, dude. I'm not even lying. When I watched it, like, oh, wow, this is getting really good on here.
Yeah, all I gotta say about Psycho-Pass is that it just gets getting better.
Yeah.
If whatever reason that you are catching in this and not have seen any Psycho-Pass, start it. Yeah. Really, start it.
I've literally been recommending this to people who don't even watch anime. I'm like, dude, you gotta watch Psycho-Pass. If you're concerned about this reliance on technology and stuff, you will appreciate the show. And they all look at me weird.
I look at you weird all the time now.
I know. Speaking of people who look weird, let's go into our next anime. Oh, I forgot. This anime has like a short intro. So our next anime is Ore no Kanojo to Osanana Jimi ga Shuraba Sugeru, or as I'm going to call it from now on, Ore Shura.
Sorry. It's such a long title, but...
And it's brought to
you by sitting in the back, in the classroom, by the window, because all main characters belong there, right?
Have you noticed every anime you watch, the main characters always sit there if they're in high school?
Yeah, but the only problem is that he's one seat over from where the main
Well,
character really is, and it's actually true.
I just mean it's the general area. You know, all of them are all back there, and you know, judging by the intro of this anime, there's going to be 2 more girls sitting around there soon.
Or so.
Yeah, wish, sandwich. All right, if you guys haven't noticed by now, this is like our token harem anime. Because if you guys haven't noticed what's behind me, I'm kind of a fan of the harem animes.
And how?
So, Dino, let's introduce some new characters in here before we butcher their names like crazy.
Well, luckily, it's like the first character, the main boy of the entire series, is Eta Kaido.
That one's kind of easy, right? He's studying for med school. That's good.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to be a lot like KT here. Oh, or
Maybe.
is.
I don't have a childhood friend. Who is Chiwa Harusaki, which also is his neighbor. Ain't that convenient?
Isn't it? You know, just it so happens that it's all about the childhood friends and, you know, stereotypical student in the back, main high school boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to have a childhood friend that lives right next door.
So if you have the childhood friend, we got to introduce the foreigner who would be
Mizanu. Wow.
Zanu.
Zanu.
No. What?
I said Mizanu.
I think you're thinking of Tonari.
Nalakawa.
Masuzu.
Yasau.
Right? Yeah. Masuzu.
Masuzu, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slaughter number 1, guys.
Yep.
Strike.
So we'll explain who she is in a second. And then, of course, last but not least, Eita's aunt, Seiko Kiryu. Or Seiko-san, as everybody calls her, apparently, because I didn't even know that was her first name until looking at this.
Yeah, she's referred to in a couple times in there, and the only thing you see of her is lying on the couch, probably hungover, and her arm just comes up. That's all you see of her.
I don't think she's hungover, to be honest. Looking at it, she's one of the crazy scientist types like me.
We'll just say that she's hungover until otherwise noted.
Well, it looks like she's working on some top secret project. Possibly the groping crown formula, but we're just gonna link all our animes together. She's developing Sybil.
Yeah, she's the Sybil developer. No,
Yeah.
she's the Sybil brain.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know anybody who's in research or development like that, sometimes when you're nearing a deadline, you don't get a lot of sleep. You're up in your lab most of the time, and that's why you don't see a lot of Seiko-san on there. But we'll talk about Eito because he's the main character in this. He is the equivalent of Tenchi, I would say, on there, and he's
but not from space or descendant from a royal family, but
or have magical powers yet. Yet. I'm just saying yet, Dito. You'd never know. I didn't know he had magical powers.
Yet.
We're only 2 episodes in. But he's studying for medical school, and he has these rules. First rule, study school first before anything else. Number 2, love is bad. Stay away. Anti-love! Anti-love! If you guys didn't get it. Anti-love, bad. And number 3, make sure everybody knows that you are not gay.
That is the most important rule.
The funny thing is that where I work, I get a lot of pre-med students, and I'm showing them, and everybody's like, "This is so true, so true." So you might wonder why he's so anti-love. It turns out that his parents cheated on each other, then all got divorced, and then got married again, and like eventually ditched him. So that is why he's living with Seiko-san on there.
And there's probably a few people who can fill those shoes a bit, you know, or can empathize with them a bit.
Yeah.
But that would really destroy a child.
That would. And, you know, so... Of course, the problem with watching these harem animes, since you've seen so many harem animes, we already can tell there's a little budding sparks between 2 people in here. I won't tell you who, but they live very close to each other and have dinner together. Have breakfast
and
together.
Walk to school together, wake up each other.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know who this person is. You know, I think we're like painted the picture good enough.
Yeah.
So
something about pop you cute or something like that. Anyways, so let's go to the main driving force of this anime, and that is with Masuzu, who is our resident foreigner. Ooh, it's always the foreign girl, right? I've noticed she's taller than
Always.
everybody else too, which is a little
You're
weird.
right. I didn't
Yeah.
even notice that.
Yeah, I'm like, why in the world did you just make her like half a foot taller than everybody? But okay, we'll go with it. Why not?
Because isn't she supposed to be like European?
I don't know. I just assume everybody says when they're foreigner, they're from the U.S. because I'm ethnocentric like that.
Why not?
I
We'll
don't
roll with it.
She's, to be honest, she's really Coco's sister. Platinum
I can
blonde
see it.
hair,
I
crazy.
can
Yeah,
so
I'm
see
just
that.
saying. Coco from Jurgamund and her related.
In more ways than one, yes.
Yeah, so what we find out is that she's sick of guys hitting on her because she's like, oh, the popular girl, the girl of all the guys' dreams, and she's sick of getting hit on all the time. And so she needs to find a boyfriend, but she really doesn't believe in this love stuff either. So who's a perfect candidate for that? Eito.
Oh, I was about to say Tenchi.
You know what I ever realized? Tenchi never went to school except in Tenchi in Tokyo, and we'll just pretend Tenchi in Tokyo never existed.
Tenchi what?
Yeah, exactly. So she blackmails him because apparently Eita, in one of his like, I gotta clean everything and put everything out, he sells his diary to the bookshop.
Which is the funny part too, because there was an anime that aired last year, or not last year, I guess last year, yeah, but last season or a couple seasons ago called Chibuyu. And that one really referred to like, it was called 8th grade syndrome, where you would take on like a character and you would play out a part of this character you came up with, and like quite literally LARPing, but all 8th graders are like that. Every one of us at 8th grade, probably even like me, that believed that they were some kind of superhero or had superpowers, stuff like this, and he was one of them.
You want to know what my superpower is, Dito? Or in
I
8th grade?
don't.
Podcaster.
I mean- Tacos?
Podcaster, man. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Podcaster, man. Recording podcasts all day.
Why all of a sudden I just see you with the big pee in your chest and a microphone head?
I'd do that. Yeah, I should wear one of my giant headphones one of these days. Because I got the mic right here, just because.
You do have the Pocky cosplay.
Yeah. I can't talk through that. Have you noticed?
You could put the mic up here.
You wouldn't be able to.
You have the spider arm.
You would not be able to hear me.
Yeah, you would just sound like you're in a tube, because you would be.
Yeah. Anyways, so by the way, have you noticed that notebook looks like the notebook from Death Note?
It's a coincidence. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter that some fantasy world he created just died.
And it just looks like okay, people are gonna be like, okay, KT, you're blind because that nowhere looks like the Death Note, but invert the colors on the Death Note notebook and the font and everything, pretty close.
Yeah, it is very true.
All right, Dito, I know you want to talk about this third thing that you put down on here. So explain to everybody what in the world is the society advocating maidenly elegance for all girls?
Okay, so this is a club that they came up with so that they can become super popular, because in this process, that was the best way to actually, no, the best way to describe it is Chiwa. Is it Chiwa?
Yes.
Okay, I'm making sure I'm saying that right because I screw up everything. But Chiwa finds out about the boyfriend-girlfriend situation, and she is totally opposed of it. So,
no, she doesn't. She says she doesn't like anybody.
Well, to get this whole thing started, and it's still kind of funny the reason why, but Masuzu decides to make a club where try to get super popular because she's sick of it and she wants to try to pass that torch on to another person, which at least I think it is.
I think
So
she's
this-
just wanting to distract Chiwa away because she knows. She knows.
Probably. This is a very elaborate scheme for that. But if you take the first letter from this entire, like, the society advocating maidenly elegance for all girls, it stems up to semfag. Semfag is actually an internet term. Basically, you would take a post and then you would get another account to like this post, and you just keep on posting this like really pathetic blog or something to make it popular. So the fact alone that they named it that is exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and I love what the manual that this club is getting from Dito. It's actually from Eita's book, and I don't know why. I just start cracking up every single time when I hear Masuzu just start rambling from it, and I'm like,
I feel
hilarious.
I feel embarrassed for this guy. I feel so embarrassed for Eita. I'm just like going, oh man, I'm glad I wasn't like that at like 8th grade.
But it's so funny still at the same time. I'm just cracking up.
But just think, like, if you actually had that wrote down all your like fantasies like that into a diary that someone else got that's blackmailing you for, and passing off to others and not saying it's from you and you're hearing it, that would be like an embarrassment beyond reason that you just want to crawl in a hole and die.
Yeah, I'm thinking people
Or
probably shouldn't be reading ktdata.net then.
Yeah. Especially these things that this one person has called the figure reviews, or the anime reviews that he's trying to start up to. Yeah, that's
just don't read.
Embarrassing.
Don't read any of it. Like, none of it at all. Nothing good can come out of it.
Like what we're doing. Wait. Oh crap! I just let the cat in the bag. Sorry,
Dito. It's reverse psychology. You don't tell them that. Now they're gonna not go to the website. But yeah, but Masuzu's cold because she has a Chiwa carry around an empty guitar case, and yeah, she's like, "Oh, don't worry, there's no guitar in it." And then if people ask you stuff, just say, "I cannot let you filth my soul, which is my guitar. I must hide it. I will only show specific people and stuff." And
it's not just that. It's like it's named guitar.
Guitar. Actually,
yeah,
speaking of things that have easy names, Dito, you want to go to our next anime?
Why not?
Why not? If I could find the button to press and do this.
La 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 la.
And our next anime is Mao Yu Mao Yusha, or as we're going to call it from now on, Mao Yu. And it's brought to you by maids. No one hates maids, right?
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 Right? Right? USB maids? Right?
USB maids. Reference that one, guys. Reference that one.
I'm old. I'm very old.
Oh, that one. I so forgot about that show now that you mentioned it.
I watched that way back when there were yellow subtitles that were burnt onto it. You couldn't turn off the subtitles. They were burnt onto it, and it was in SD.
Oh, I watched it the same way. Mm-hmm. For all those who don't know what we're talking about, it's called Handmade May.
Yeah. All right. So let's give you a little backstory about Maho, because it's actually a little bit different. This is well, not the only anime, but this is kind of more far out fantasy-ish world compared to our other two animes, which are a little more either today or future today type thing,
Yeah.
So it's the world of demons and humans, and of course, they're fighting each other, because you can't have demons and humans that don't fight each other, guys. And a hero arose from the Central Nations with 3 companions set off through the demon realm to defeat the demon Lord.
Original storyline, right?
Yeah, and
Actually, yes.
yes. And by the way, Dito and I kind of cheated because obviously, I have a feeling some of you guys watch just to hear us butcher these names. So, Dito and I, we are going to try to get these names right. So, you want to kick this off, Dito?
Yes, so the hero of the story is Hero.
Wait, Hiro, right?
Nope, it's actually Hero.
Oh, okay. Let me try this next one. I think I can get it. It's the Demon King, right? But he is.
Yeah.
So you guys might think that it's a he, but it's really a she. It's a honorary title, you know.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just can't get around, you know.
All right,
But
Dito, I
he
think this
does
next.
actually have a subtitle too.
Yeah. I forgot what it was. It was the
Crimson Eyes.
Crimson Eyes. There we go. All right, Dito.
Okay.
Careful. This one has 2 words in it, so brace
Yeah,
yourself.
so
all right? You ready for this?
There is a character that is known as the head maid. So this is like, you know, in charge of like finding the place, trying to get like cleaning up the house and everything stuff, and her name is Head Maid.
All right, we picked an anime probably solely on the fact that we knew we could not screw up these names.
Yeah, it makes it very easy for us to explain everything, but also very weird at the same time.
There's no way we can screw up these names, guys.
If we do, then I don't know. We just get laughed at, I guess.
Yeah, no idea. All right, so we kind of go in. They've been having these wars for years upon years upon years, and there may be a solution, Dito. Go in and cut off the Demon King's head, right?
Yes, slay the Demon King, and all's right with the world.
Or not, and follow the Beatles' advice and cure the world with love.
Mm-hmm. Or in this case itself, is that if this doesn't pan out the way that they're trying to make it, is that no matter what, whenever there's the humans will win, or if the demons win, one will enslave the other because the victor pretty much, you know, does everything. And in this case, humanity is a little bit different from the demons, just for the fact that
because we're ghetto and backwards.
Yeah, that is very true too, because in this day and age, like, agriculture is not the way that we know it now.
Think medieval times, and that's pretty much where we are.
Yeah, this a good explanation for it is too, is that they still do what's called a 3-cycled like seasons.
So crop rotations, pretty much.
Crop rotations in 3 seasons.
3
and
rotating, blah.
Yeah, blah. Yeah, so, we won't get really far into that because we don't want to bore everybody.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what a crop rotation is, it's essentially you don't plant the same thing on the same field year after year. You rotate them. And then that way it keeps the ground healthy and you're all good. This actually kind of, what I think is funny in this, because we always think of demons and everything as like these savage creatures and stuff. And the funny thing is that in this world, they're like far more sophisticated and developed than the humans are. They imagine our world, except they're all demons, and then humans are like, we can't even feed ourselves.
Yeah, so in other words, we would be the demons, but Southerners would be the humans.
Yeah.
Something like that.
We're gonna get in trouble for that one.
Probably. Hey, I didn't call them by what they would be known as. I call them Southerners.
Guys.
Yeah, okay, fine, the Hicks.
Dito at ktdata.net. Send your hate mail there.
Oh, good, it's spammed.
But yeah, so what's funny is though, if you go back and watch our last episode, which was the 2013 winter anime preview, it sounds like this would have been just about the war, and the demons and the humans fighting, I was totally wrong about that. It's not even close.
So, in other words, what the Demon King and Hero's his main objectives is to do is to bring an end to the war, but not abruptly. Because if you bring the war abruptly, both sides are going to lose. Because the humans will starve because they don't have enough food to like for the nations, like aside from like the central nations or the big cities, will not actually have enough food because they don't have the means, the so-called agriculture we're talking about, to fend for themselves.
Yeah, so if you kind of break down it's kind of a commentary on war in general. So if you think about it, what are wars usually fought over? Natural resources, land, and pretty much family pettiness, right?
Yeah, that's usually and then the occasional spat. This occasional spat of like, you took my cow, or something.
Type things. And so what I really didn't expect is this anime is trying to show people there's a different way to end war, and that's making sure all the people need what they want. So in this episode, they're off to this farming town and trying such as using a 4-crop rotation instead of the 3, so people can actually feed themselves and boost up the agricultural center. So I'm kind of what I'm really excited to see about this anime, which I didn't think. I don't think we're gonna see that much fighting. I could be wrong, because the intro shows that there is. But what I want to see is how they actually approach this using those subtleties. They're working on agriculture right now, but before people actually believe in agriculture, they needed the kids to be educated to understand why a 4-crop system. So we have the Demon King teaching them and introducing education. That's what's nuts is like things we take for granted, like education and agriculture in itself. In this world, these people don't have any concept of it. I mean, when she was like education, then the guy's like, "What's education?"
Yeah, because like Hero is your stereotypical person brought up in a family, told what to do.
Let's slay the Demon King, save the world.
Exactly. So he's being pretty much taught about what it takes to, live in the world, so to speak, and
peacefully too.
Him peacefully too. It's like because one of the things he comes up with is like, what is peace? I never really thought about it until now, and what would I do when I achieve it? Because like one of the major problems about ending a war too is that all the soldiers, like all the people who've been fighting, won't know what to do anymore because they spent their whole life training, and now if the war is over, what they can do with their blades.
Yeah,
essentially.
I think it's smart the way they're doing it too. They're starting with the kids and having the kids teach the older people on these new things, because you see like the village elder in this episode, he's like stubborn, like, no, we are going to, tradition says we're doing 3 crops and we will do 3 crops like this. And
coincidentally enough, the village elder is named Village Elder.
Oh, I'm starting to see a pattern.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know how we're gonna not get this right.
Yeah, but so like, and that's pretty much the first 2 episodes of Maho. Actually, not Maho. Other than the name of the show, I think I can pronounce everything. Other than Maoyu, like this is the weirdest anime because I totally did not expect any of this, and they're approaching it differently than what I thought it would be on there. So I think it's going to be really interesting because notice how we're only talking about half the anime. There's another half that is just hilarious that you guys need to watch, because I have found the second place runner-up for worst couple in an anime ever from other than Kirito and Asuna, and it's these 2 guys.
Yeah, because one of the things about the series is that, well, since being like the first like 10 minutes of the show is that essentially
let's just
the
say
Demon King and Hero. Yeah.
Let's just say there's a little bit of fan service in there.
Yeah, it's about what you expect from those times, but
it's what you expect from those. What does that even mean?
I, never mind. I'm not going to go there.
I don't understand. Tell me after the show.
Oh no, I'm gonna drop it the entire thing now. But
I need to know.
No, you don't. But the best way to look at the show is there's another anime that came out several years ago called Spice and Wolf, which had a very similar feel to the show. And that's what I'm approaching this anime is like when I watch Spice and Wolf.
All right, so I'm really excited. I think we have a pretty strong lineup this season, Dito, for our winter season, and we have a huge variety in it. And trust me, these I'm glad that Maoyu and what was the other one? Ore Shura. I gotta get that. I'll get it by episode 2. Ore Shura are a little bit more lighthearted because I was depressed after watching those 2 episodes of Physcho-Pass. I'm like, oh man,
it really is true. Physcho-Pass is like getting really intense right now. Then we're gonna have a light-hearted harem anime, and then we're gonna have a bit of like kind of adventures, fantasy, kind of like down to earth kind of show.
Yeah. So if you guys think that Dito and I missed anything about all 3 of these animes, please write us at kita@ktdata.net. We'd love to hear your input and say, all right, KT, you totally missed the whole point of Maoyu. Or, KT, I totally know why you just picked Ore Shuru for your anime. Or, KT, you and Dito, I'm guessing you guys have horrible choices in animes. These are horrible animes to pick. Why didn't you pick something else? We take all kinds of input. Also, keep an eye on our social media accounts. So Facebook.com/KTDataNet is where we post a lot. Dito's super active on there. I'll post things once in a while. Like I posted a model toilet in there.
Toilet.
Yep.
I posted like a couple weeks back, and apparently he just barely saw it now and wanted to repost it. So
yeah, why not? Why not? We like toilets here.
Yes, when you have 1 to 12 scale toilets for the Figmas I review and everything and stuff, why not? They have some urinals too.
Oh, we need to post
stalls,
those.
Sorry, stalls.
We should post those too. Also, you can find us on Twitter @KTData. You can send your hate mail there too. Don't send the ones that Dito did. Send those right to Tito. You can find us on what else? Google Plus. We're there, and of course, pay attention to ktdata.net because I know Dito's getting figures galore. I'll eventually get around to opening my figures and posting them eventually.
Because I built a light box.
So yeah, but I'll have more CES stuff by the next episode, So also I'm kind of off my game today. It's kind of weird. If you guys are wanting to watch live, we love people who watch live. There's a lot of shenanigans you don't see unless you watch live. Just head on over to ktdata.net/live, and our next episode will be February 26th, 2013, and we'd like to start somewhere in the evening.
Evening is very loosely said here.
Yeah, and you guys may have noticed if you're watching that Dito's quality and stuff is kind of suffering a little bit. Yes, DMAX, nobody watches live. But don't worry, lots of changes are coming for that, so Dito will be nice and crystal clear, hopefully, next episode. Hopefully. Depends on the Comcast guy. On there, I don't know, anything else, Dito?
Aside from watch out some more reviews coming in, I'm going to be trying to do some more figures/anime reviews to the figures I'm doing if they finish. So other than that stuff, check us out on Facebook, check us on Twitter, Google Plus, send your emails in if you want to, and have a great night, guys.
All right, guys, see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Yeah.
Not really. Actually, yeah.
Tick tock, tick tock. Left, right, left, right. Here we go. Up and down. Yeah.
Around and around. Before you know it, it's out and in.
And
Or
oh,
out.
yeah. Let's screw this podcasting thing. Let's just start making music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. DJ
DJ
Dito in the house. Dropping beats all around.
No.